Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Talibarda. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Now, let's dive straight into today's shocking twist. What started as a routine medical checkup turned into the most earth-shattering revelation the Forrester family has ever faced. A DNA test, meant only to investigate Thomas Forrester's recovery after a recent accident, exposed a truth so devastating that it rattled the very foundation of their dynasty. Thomas Forrester, long seen as Ridge's pride and burden, was never Ridge's biological son. For years, Thomas carried the Forrester name with equal parts pride and pressure, always longing for his father's approval. But when the test results came back, Ridge's identity as Thomas's father collapsed in a single moment. Finn, hesitant but bound by his duty as a doctor, confirmed the findings not once, but 3 times before finally breaking the news. First, Thomas was told in private, his face hardening in disbelief and anguish. Then Ridge heard it, and his entire world splintered. For Ridge, fatherhood had never been about DNA but about loyalty, guidance, and love. Yet even he could not deny the sting of betrayal when confronted with irrefutable science. The next storm hit when Ridge demanded answers from Taylor. Years of secrecy unraveled in that tense moment. Taylor, trembling and tearful, confessed that during one of their painful separations, she had fallen into Eric Forrester's arms. And from that brief affair, Thomas was born. The words crushed Ridge like a hammer blow. His son was not his son, but instead his half-brother. Brooke, standing by, staggered back in horror as her entire world shifted. This wasn't just betrayal, it was a revelation that rewrote their entire family tree. If Thomas was Eric's child, then suddenly family ties warped beyond recognition. Steffy realized with shock that her brother was also her uncle. Hope, frozen in disbelief, saw her partner's identity rewritten before her eyes. And Brooke was forced to confront that her fiercest rival, Taylor, had bound herself to Eric in the most permanent way possible, through a child. As Ridge stormed out, Brooke's world crumbled in silence. Every memory, every fight, every desperate attempt to hold on to Ridge now seemed pointless. The Forrester mansion, once filled with ambition and glamour, became a tomb of secrets and broken trust. When the family gathered later, emotions exploded. Thomas raged at Taylor for lying to him his whole life. He accused Eric of allowing him to live a lie, calling him grandfather, while knowing deep inside there was a possibility of truth. Steffy, shaken to her core, whispered that their family was cursed. Brooke's fury erupted as she turned her pain on Taylor and Eric. "You've destroyed Ridge, destroyed Thomas, and made a fool of me." Her venom cut through the room like a blade. Eric, for once, stood broken, no longer the pillar of strength, but a man haunted by the cost of one reckless choice. Ridge, upstairs, relived every moment of Thomas's childhood, his first sketches, his proud smiles, now all poisoned by the truth. Alone and hollow, Ridge's anchor as a father was ripped away. Meanwhile, Thomas spiraled into despair. He drove to the Malibu cliffs, screaming into the wind, "Who am I? I am nothing." Hope found him near the edge, begging him to step back. She reminded him of Douglas, of the family they were building. But Thomas, broken, pulled away. For him, every mistake, every desperate attempt for Ridge's approval now felt worthless. His very identity had been stolen. Steffy collapsed into Finn's arms, asking how she could raise her children in a family so poisoned by lies. Finn assured her she was strong, but even he knew the wound ran too deep. Meanwhile, Ridge confronted Eric face to face, delivering the harshest blow a son could give. "You're no longer my father. You're dead to me." Eric, defeated, could only whisper apologies, but the damage was permanent. Brooke overheard, her voice trembling as she declared the family destroyed beyond repair. The dynasty that once ruled the fashion world had fallen from within, broken not by enemies, but by their own secrets. And so, The night ended with silence heavier than any storm. The Forrester family, once glamorous, envied, untouchable, now stood in ruins. Ridge broken, Brooke devastated, Taylor exposed, Eric disgraced, and Thomas shattered, struggling to understand who he truly was. This wasn't just another scandal. This was the secret that shattered everything. The legacy of the Forresters would never be the same again. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. What comes next will change every relationship, every alliance, and every love story tied to the Forresters. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and breakdowns.